so much, NEHAWU. I'm now giving 10 minutes, very crisp, to NAC to give their responses pertaining to governance. But please, I am eager also to hear about the letter of the minister, as well as when that has been acted upon, as there is doubt when you're listening to the representative of NEHAWU. Mr. Botha, please proceed.
Thank you, Honourable Chair. Chair, I'm going to ask our acting CEO, Mr. Mashale, to present that, and then if there's time, we might be able to address some other items, or we can address it in the Q&A. Thank you, Chair. Mr. Mashale.
Yeah, I think what I suggest is to give the NAC governance part. We listen to every role player. It's clear from the stuff in front of us that, yes, indeed, the damage has been done when it comes to the reputation of NAC. And but let's deal with the governance issue. I don't want us now to respond to this particular issues, but just the governance issues, and then I think both perhaps can respond to members' questions when it comes to these governance issues. You may proceed.
Thank you, Chair. I'm not sure if you can see my presentation.
It is visible.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Chair. First of all, Chair, I just want to put it on record that we were not aware that there was going to be this presentation by the union. Otherwise, we would have preferred a...
Can you sort that out with the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture? They have the agenda. It's nothing to do with the portfolio committee.
Yeah. I just wanted to put it on record that if we hadn't been privy to the agenda, we would have been
please proceed.
Prepared the required response, Chair. So I'm going to take you through the governance matters at the NAC. At first, I'm trying to put it on slide mode. Yeah. So this presentation is going to talk to introduction, composition of council committees, as well as the legislative issues that the committee had requested that they be addressed. First, as I indicated, the purpose of this presentation is to provide an update on governance issues and senior management matters at NAC. First, we'll start with council, which has been established in terms of the NAC Act, which requires 9 provincial reps and no fewer than 18 other persons appointed by the minister. Currently, we are pleased to report that the council is currently comprising 9 provincial reps, so there is no vacancy in terms of the provincial reps, and 15 other members who are appointed by the minister. As such, unlike the last time we were here, there are no questions about the constitution of council. It's properly constituted in terms of the Act. And then council, in terms of its governance processes, it has established a number of committees that are assisting it in terms of dealing with matters that then get recommended to council. These are the committees that have been established in terms of the Act, some of which are statutory committees, which include the Executive Committee and Audit and Risk, which is established in terms of the PFMA. The committees have met regularly since they have been established. There are no issues in terms of their composition and how they operate. All of them operate under council-approved terms of reference. So whatever they do is aligned with what council expects them to do. The next slide is on the leadership matters, which were touched upon at the beginning of this presentation. One is that it's true that the CEO and CFO positions are vacant, and when this new council started, the council requested minister's approval to restart the process, because the process had been suspended pending the amalgamation between the NAC and the NAVF. But when that project was halted, cancelling the amalgamation, we had to go back to the minister to ask for permission to now proceed with the recruitment. The recruitment, the two positions were advertised in July, but then following the complaints that were, the complaint that was first lodged with the public protector in terms of allegations of corrupt activities at the NEC, as well as the letter from the minister on requesting an independent review of the allegations. The council decided that in the current environment, then it would not be advisable to proceed with the recruitment. We just wanted certainty in terms of what is happening in the entity, and then only when the investigation, the investigations are completed, then council intends to restart the process of appointing a permanent CEO and a permanent CFO. As per the minister's letter, an independent service provider has been appointed to do a review of the matters that are of the 5 matters that are contained in the minister's letter to the NAC chair. And also, one of the things that I think we need to be pointed out is that the issue of the 2 employees who are mentioned in the allegations has been attended to, in that they have been placed on special leave pending the finalization of the independent review. So they are not part of the organization as we speak. Yeah.
Can you respond to the implementation of that decision? When was that? And also, you mentioned the letter of the minister. You mentioned the letter of the public protector, and the issues mentioned by NEHAWU. It seems that you come across that you're not aware of those issues. Safe to say that NEHAWU also has referred the fact that they have been engagement with Mr. Botha. So I think it's important that you have to respond to matters that you are aware of.
Okay. Thank you, Chair. Okay, I will start with the issue of the public protector. The complaint to the public protector was received by the NEC via the department. The public protector had written to the then acting DG raising these issues on the allegations. Then what happened was that the department then wrote to the NAC to provide documents that responds to the allegations, which the NAC did, because at first the letter was addressed to the DG, so the NAC couldn't respond directly to the public protector with the information that was requested. So that information was sent through to the department, for the department to then forward to the public protector. So from our side, we have provided the documents that have been requested by the public protector to investigate the allegations. So that is the one part, Chair. And the next issue is on the letter from the minister, which I've already said that we have implemented it. The independent. Yes.
Can you, for the committee's information, can you be specific?
Yes.
The letter from the minister was dated 9 September.
Yes.
Now, the question is, from when, since when, and from when was this special leave? And since when has this decision been taken by the council?
Okay, the council took the decision in, I think it was in September, and we started the process of appointing the service provider, but because of the sensitive nature of the appointment, we had to make sure that all the steps are ticked, so that there are no questions around the process so that when the report comes, whatever it says, there cannot be aspersions cast on how, for instance, how
Mr. Masala, let me stop you there. You say in September.
Yeah.
The one who present on behalf of NEHAWU says he's not aware. He have been engaging with NAC on that issue. And now there's an announcement made by the chairperson or CEO, Mr. Botha, that the decision of the minister has been implemented. And you are saying that decision has been made in September. NEHAWU doesn't know.
Okay, can I respond, Chair?
Hold your response, Honorable Molatani. Okay.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. I think, Chairperson, you are on the same issue that I wanted to raise with Mr. Mushala, to say that even when the meeting started, I've heard the chairperson of the board. Let me just go to my notes one moment, Chair. I was busy doing the notes when the chairperson of the board was presenting. Yes. The chairperson of the board, when he started to do the presentation, he only talked about 2 officials who are on a special leave. Is it special leave or precautionary suspension? I just want Mr. Mhlala to also explain that to us. Thank you, Chair.
Yeah, I think that Mr. Botha said precautionary. There was just a disjunction between special or precautionary, because the letter is clear from the minister.
Sorry, I'm not familiar with this. I'm still trying to find my hand. Chair, sorry, I did say special leave. It was a council resolution that it be termed as special leave rather than precautionary suspension. I just want to clarify that it was not. Okay. It's not a precautionary suspension. It's a special leave.
Okay. Thank you for that. Honorable Molatani?
Chairperson, let me just pause my question on this one. I think I will raise it during the deliberations.
Okay, but we need clarity, because like I said, it's good that NEHAWU presented first, and we give now an opportunity to NAC, because what we are dealing here with and where members' political clause comes out is governance. And my concern here is the issue of NEHAWU, and that's why I stopped the presentation. The issue of NEHAWU, in their presentation, they have been engaged with NAC on the recommendations of the minister. He today heard the announcement, and Mr. Masala say it was early in September. The letter is 9 September. Now, governance. In terms of governance, we are sitting here with a legitimate body, NEHAWU. Why is NEHAWU not being informed? Governance. Mr. Mashala, please proceed.
Chairperson.
Proceed, Honorable.
I just want to, I think something that we need to get clarity on when Mr. Mhlala continue. There's a difference between special leave and precautionary suspension. Exactly, these officials, are they on special leave? Are they on precautionary suspension? Are they still coming to work? Are they still performing their duties? Exactly, let Mr. Mhlala explain to us what is happening, because it looks like one would say precautionary, special, and they mean 2 different things. Chair, thank you very much.
Okay, thanks for that, Honorable Molatani. Please proceed, Mr. Mashala.
Thank you, Chair. The two employees are on special leave as approved by council. They are not at work. They are not doing any NAC work whilst they are on the leave. So they are they are not in the organization. Yes.
A decision.
So,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Chairperson,
Honorable Makhata, let's leave it for the question time. We just wanted clarity. He's almost done with his presentation. We will get to that later on. But proceed with your presentation and also the decision by the council and the communication thereof to NEHAWU.
Yes, Chair. I'm new in the position, so I don't know what would have been what discussion would have happened with the previous CEO, but I am not aware of any discussion with the NEHAWU on.
No, let's make it easy. When was the decision of the special leave?
It was I have to check. I think it was towards the end of September, Chair.
Okay, let's do this, Mr. Mashala. I'm going to give your organization 10 minutes to email this decision and paperwork to the secretary.
Chairperson, I just want to check one thing. It's not it's not a large thing. Whether they're getting
Mashala,
money or not.
Your 10 minutes starts now. It's easy. Pull the document, send it to the portfolio secretary, please. Honorable Makhata?
Yes, are they earning or not, those people?
No, they are getting paid. It has been said they're getting paid. Mr. Mashala, please proceed. And in simultaneously, the representatives of NAC, please see that my office is getting the email of the decision ASAP. Please proceed, Mr. Mashala.
Thank you, Chair. In terms of the communication with regard to the two employees being placed on suspension, that communication is going to be issued today because they were not on. I must correct myself. Being placed on special leave because it's not a suspension, special leave. So that communication to the entire staff is going to be going out today.
No, are you sending us the minutes and the decision, the date that you say about September?
No, yeah.
You know, we can feel the dancing around through these wires.
Yeah.
Please be honest with us. When was this decision taken? Yesterday.
As I said, Chair, the decision by council was taken towards the end of September, and then simultaneously with that was the process to now appoint the independent reviewer who was going to review the allegations.
Proceed, Mr. Mashala.
Yes. So, as I was saying, Chair, that's the sequence of events. The two employees are currently outside out of the organization pending the review. Chair?
Mr. Mashala, proceed with the presentation. You're almost done.
Yes. Okay. So yeah,
the issue because I don't believe.
Yeah. So Chair, the last point is that in the meantime, there's an acting CEO and an interim CFO who have been appointed to act whilst the two employees are on special leave. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much. Honorable members, that was the presentation from the various entities. I'm just trying to see where I can see some hands here. Just a second for me.
The issue I think I'm going to back to that issue I've raised regarding the suspension or precautionary suspension or leave of, let me just check it, because the reason why I'm still going back to that issue, Chairperson. The issue of special leave or precautionary suspension, Chairperson. I just want to check, because when you check on the emails, I think on the 18th of email, we received emails from one of the personnel who is on suspension or precautionary suspension or special leave, because I don't know what is happening. He sent us the email and he was supposed to be part of the officials who were supposed to do the presentation. If we can check on our list, he was supposed to be here to present. But now, I don't know how does NAC work. Can they explain to us, is those people who are on special leave or precautionary suspension, are they still coming to work? And when you check the letter of the minister, it's clear it talks about precautionary suspension. Can NAC tell us, are those people still coming to work? Because according to the emails, according to the presenters who are supposed to be part of this meeting, one of them, Ms. Julia Dipofa, was supposed to be here to present. But according to the letter of the minister, they're supposed to be on precautionary suspension. Can they explain to us exactly what is happening there, Chairperson? I will wait for the answer.
NEC, it is confusing. Mr. Masala?
Thank you, Chair. I'll give Mr. Mashale an opportunity, but perhaps I can just clarify. So there's a conflation of precautionary suspension and special leave. And the difference is if you're doing an investigation into a person for whatever reason, and they don't want to take leave, then you place them on precautionary suspension. In these circumstances, the two individuals that are being investigated willingly took leave. They agreed to not work. What council decided is, so the resolution was that they will continue in their role. There's no reason to remove them until the investigation starts. The process of appointing the investigator took some time in order to follow all SCM processes, and as the acting CEO said earlier on, in order to ensure that it's beyond reproach, every single step was taken meticulously to ensure that the investigator is properly appointed. That appointment was approved and finalized yesterday. And unfortunately, that's just the process. That's how long it took. We resolved this council in September. I think we called the urgent special council meeting in reaction to the minister's letter of 9 September. Obviously, you have to follow proper process from a governance point of view. And we did that process. We called the meeting. We held the meeting. At that meeting, it was resolved to have an investigation or a review over those items that the minister requested us to. I also just want to clarify the public protector complaint, the issues that NEHAWU raised, and the letter of the minister all have the same genesis. It's the same set of complaints or allegations. It's just different entities who have joined that process to request action. So action has been taken. Council has resolved to investigate. Because of the position, Ms. Julie de Porfa is the acting, sorry, not the acting, I keep getting this wrong, Arts Director Manager, which is a very important position, specifically during the funding phase. And Reshma Bula is the CFO. And we're still in the process of investigating. We said, as council, the resolution was they continue in their positions until the investigation starts. They must vacate their offices. They're not working with effect from today, and that's why they're not here to present. They're not working until the investigation is concluded, so that the investigation can take place without any ideas of interference or that they're there during the process. So that's the four corners of this thing. Unfortunately, it takes time. We have to comply with all these regulations requirements, but council did act immediately upon receipt of that letter. We begun the process and the process unfolded. We're now having this investigation, and we are hopeful and expect the investigation to be concluded by the 30th of November. I don't know if that answers all the questions. If there's something else, maybe Acting CEO, Mr. Mashale, is there anything I missed?
Chairperson.
Honorable Molatani.
You know, Chairperson, I can hear that the chair of the board he's trying to answer. The reason I will say he's trying to answer, the letter of the minister, it's clear, precautionary suspension. Unless maybe somewhere, somehow, we did not read that letter clearly. Precautionary suspension. Why are you still keeping the people who are on precautionary suspension, Chairperson? I just want to check with the chair of the board, Mr. Bota. Mr. Bota, what we've just explained, is it the decision of the board, or did you get any legal advice on this issue?
Thank you, Honorable Malatsane. We did not get any specific legal advice on this issue. The council has a number of legal persons on the council. The letter from the minister clearly states that he recommends to council to place the individuals on precautionary suspension. Council has to apply its mind. That is what the National Arts Council Act says. National Arts Council sat together. We debated these issues rigorously and at length. A number of proposals were put forward, and the council decided that the employees would be in their positions until the investigation starts, because the core issue around these is during the investigation process that they're not present and not able to influence the process. So council decided that, and the resolution was taken, that they stay in their positions until the investigation starts. The investigation was appointed yesterday, and both Mr. Pofa and Ms. Bula made the decision on their own accord to commence their leave with immediate effect, and that's why neither of them are here today. I'm not sure. I don't think that's the answer the honourable member wants to hear, but those are the facts. That's what we...
Honourable Molatani, just a second. You've asked a very serious question, but here is my concern as an outsider. And Mr. Botha must respond to this. Can they rely on the lawyers that serves on the board? You see, for me, your role is fiduciary, and unless you are not appointed in that capacity. So I think we should be careful, even if we have the whole board as lawyers and advocates, that in terms of their role and their function, whether it's advisory, fiduciary, or unless it's a formal appointed lawyer on the board, we should be cautious on that. I just want to add this to what Honourable Molatani has said. But Honourable Molatani may proceed. You can respond to me later as well.
Listen, on top of what you've just said, Chairperson, I think you partly covered me, because I wanted to check with Mr. Bota that because they didn't get any legal advice outside, they've relied on the members of the board who are lawyers. Do any one of them, those board members, is it a labor law expert or labor practitioner, Chairperson, because I think the letter was very clear. And to my surprise, because now NAC is going to appear in the portfolio committee, that's when they decided to implement the issue of the precautionary suspension, Chairperson. And Chair, this is so strange. I think this time around, let me bring, is it Mr. Mashale, if I'm not mistaken, who said the officials were placed on a special leave at the end of September. And the chairperson has just said to us now that they were still working. It's only now that out of their own, after that, they decided to take leave. Who's telling the truth between the chair and Mr. Mashale? Who's telling us the truth here, Chairperson? We want to know who's telling us the truth on this issue. I will wait for the answer, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. I'm not going to speak for Mr. Mashale, but I'm not sure that's exactly what he said. I think he said the council took the decision at the council meeting that the employees would be placed on special leave when the investigation started. But I'll let him speak to that himself. Chair raises a good point. Lawyers can't be giving the council legal opinions, and none of the lawyers did give legal opinions, but we also can't sit there and not bring our skills. The council gets appointed on the basis of their skills and what they can bring to the council. I think it's just important, Chair, to note that when this matter was raised at council, there was no legal question before us. The minister made recommendations to the council, and the council were, and the letter's clear on this, it was recommendations, and the council engaged with those recommendations, and the decision was taken to commence an investigation, to follow proper SCM, and then to place the employees on special leave, or to ask them to go on special leave.
Mr. Butta, I'm happy.
Yes. Okay, I'm covered.
As long as we're not going to, interfere and put blur lines, because it's an issue of liability and privilege. We should just cut, but I'm happy with your response.
Thank you, sir.
Let's go back to Mr. Mashala. And remember, I asked for the truth earlier on, nothing but the truth.
Thank you, Chair. I can assure Chair that that's what this committee is going to get. What I had indicated was that the council took a decision towards the end of September, but I've just gone back to the minutes. It was actually on the 15th. I have sent the council resolution on this matter to the committee secretary. But what I had said was that the suspension or the special leave only took place yesterday, and we're still going to. I added that we're still going to send a communication to staff. The council decision on the special leave and in the review took place in September. That's what I said. Thank you, Chair.
Chairperson.
Proceed, Honourable Member.
And Mr. Mashale, can they tell us the truth? All that we want is nothing but the truth. Can they tell us the truth, Chairperson? Because what they are telling us doesn't add up. Doesn't add up, Chairperson.
And that's what the representative of NEHAWU has said.
Yes, Chairperson. They must just tell us the truth, Chairperson, because what they are telling us now does not add up at all, Chair. You know the issue of the dates. They can't tally these dates. They can't tally. The one will tell you about these dates, the other one will tell you about these dates. To my surprise, I'm still saying that he's now talking about the 15th of September 2025. But when we receive the document, when we receive the presentation and who are going to be the presenters, Julia Ripova was there, Chairperson. I'm talking about the list that we received on the 19th of November 2025. But he is telling us that he was suspended from the 15th of September. Exactly, Chairperson. Who's telling the truth here? who's lying here, can they not be economical with the truth?
Any response? When we receive communication, it was clear who's going to make presentations.
Thank you, Chair. Yeah.
Portfolio Secretary did, Mr. Mashala email, it's 2 hours later, email that decision when it was taken. Don't respond, I know the answer is no. Proceed, Mr. Botha.
Apologies, Chair. So just on that point, Mr. Mashale just said that he'd emailed it to the Secretary. I just want to clarify that point. The resolution has been emailed to the Secretary. Mr. Mashale just told the committee that when he spoke.
Portfolio Secretary, can you put that communication on the group?
Then if I may respond to Honorable Moletsana.
Please do.
Thank you, Chair. So the letter from the Minister came through on the 9th of September. We immediately discussed it and called a special council meeting. Special council meeting was held on the 15th of September. At that special council meeting, this resolution that's been shared with you was passed. That resolution, and I want to emphasize this particularly, the meeting did not place the staff on precautionary suspension. The meeting resolved that, the council resolved that the staff would be allowed to take special leave when the investigation starts. So Ms. De Porfa, and this is why the committee has this peculiarity. Ms. De Porfa and Ms. Bula were...
You go forward. When did they take that? When did the staff take that leave?
Today, Honourable Member Moletsana.
I am also in possession of an email saying who will be absent and who will be present. And in that communication, Ms. Porfa was indicated to be present at this meeting.
That's correct, yes.
And she's not present today.
Yes, that's correct.
In further,
how the lies built.
You don't need to explain further. It means Mr. Mashale has lied to the portfolio committee. Let me put it that clearly, that he has lied to the portfolio committee. Chairperson. I don't want Mr. Mashale to respond back. He has lied to a portfolio committee. And I think every now and then we need to remind everyone who's coming to the portfolio committee that lying to the portfolio committee, you can be charged with perjury. They can be charged because they've lied under oath.
Proceed, Honorable Moletsani. Governance issue.
Chairperson, I just also want to check regarding, remember the last time we have an acting CEO at National Arts Council. Are we still having the acting, or have they appointed someone?
Chair, through you, Chair. Honourable Moletsana, we commenced the process of appointing a permanent CEO and CFO. The individuals involved in this investigation, Ms. De Porfa and Ms. Bula, were applicants for those positions. Council resolved to cancel the entire process pending the outcome of the investigation for two reasons. One is not to prejudice Ms. Bula and Ms. De Porfa in their applications. We uphold the principle of innocent until proven guilty. And secondly, the other applicants to the position, it would be very unfair on them to just pause or suspend the process pending the outcome of the investigation. So we were forced by circumstances beyond our control to terminate the process of appointing the permanent CEO and permanent CFO. This is also why we've placed such an emphasis on the speedy and expedited conclusion of this investigation so that we could get back to the business of filling our permanent CEO and permanent CFO positions as requested by this committee. Honourable Member.
Thank you very much. Through you, Chairperson, I just want to check the issue of NEHAWU, the staff bonuses. that NAC owe them for almost 3 years. When are they going to get their bonuses? That will be my first question. And then my second question, Mr. Boda, you know, it's very, let me put it bluntly so that it's very embarrassing that we find the entity sitting here with the union raising the issues, and when those issues were supposed to be addressed internally. So have they been addressed internally? If not, when is the board going to address them in those issues? And the other answer, please let me not be told that we are a new board and so forth. We know you are a new board. You know, when you buy a car, when they said food steward, it means you take that car with everything, whether it's heavy mechanical problems or not. So the same thing here, as the new chair, it's food steward. You need to take that entity with all its problem. When are you going to sit down with the union, resolve their issues on top, pay what is owed to them, which is their bonuses? And this one, the one of the legal fees, Chair, I think this one, Mr. Bota cannot answer all that. I will request to send us the report that on this legal fees, 14 million, that union said it was paid on the legal fees. Can they send us a report to explain to us which cases they were dealing with that have arrived to that amount of 14 million?
Through you, Chair. Thank you, Honourable Member. Honourable Moletsane. First question is regarding the bonuses. We have raised the issue of the bonuses, was raised at council. The fact is that the bonuses were not approved in the relevant years by the council as it then was. It is not possible for this council to overturn those council decisions. The council has decided not to overturn that decision. It's unfortunate that that NEHAWU is going to find out in this manner today. We are working on communication, but it is what it is. So we will have to deal with that. But I think it's perhaps a misunderstanding to suggest that the staff are due the bonuses and that the bonuses were simply not paid or through some oversight. The fact is that the council as it then was, not this council, the council of those years did not approve the bonuses. So the bonuses were not due and payable. I do sympathize with the employees. I did understand their plight, and that's why I took it back to council and raised the issue and asked council to address it. Unfortunately, council decided against reopening that particular matter. Obviously, the union has its rights, and look, I want to thank the union for coming here. This platform is a transparent platform. The union obviously has its rights, and the members have their rights. I heard a lot about grievances and complaints, etc. For the record, there's not been one matter referred to the Bargaining Council or the CCMA. But I want to thank the union for their actions. They've engaged with me directly on these issues. Unfortunately, the communications didn't go back to them yet, but I have been in contact with Mr. Damien Naidu on occasion, just keeping him up to date with where we are. Things move rapidly, and unfortunately, we just didn't close this loop. So it's a bit unfortunate that they're here today and bringing these issues. We actually have dealt with everything that they raised with me. And even the fact that Mr. Porfa and Ms. Bola are on special leave and being investigated, I truly believe that all the issues NEHAWU raised today have been addressed. We will send a formal communication to them along those lines. But yes, I do agree, Honourable Member, it is a bit embarrassing that they're here today, and that we weren't able to continue in that spirit of engagement. And I hope that we can return to that after this meeting. From my side, I hope they can see that we've been sincere. We have addressed the matters they raised. As far as the report for legal fees goes, thank you, Honourable Member. I will request the administration to put that together for us. I'm not sure about this number of 14 million. I think that's inflated, but we will do a formal internal report and give you the facts. No lies.
To respond.
Okay, thank you. Mzansi.
Okay. Thank you, Chair. Before I respond, I just want to put it on record that, contrary to what Member Molotane said, that I lied to this committee,
no.
I have not. I just want to put it on record, Chair, then I'll respond. That I did not lie.
You make it difficult for yourself.
Yeah.
Who is the secretary?
Cannot come here.
No, I'm going to respond to that, Chair.
Mashala,
Can I?
We've raised issues on the dates. We've raised issues on the dates. The dates are not tallying, Mr. Mashala. Don't come here and try to protect yourself. You've lied to the portfolio committee.
Who is the secretary?
The secretary is, as the chair has indicated, it's Mr. Nulvo Mzansi. But these minutes were taken whilst I was the company secretary.
That's fine. But I see the email was sent from you to the secretary. Now, in this meeting, there's no mention been made about Ms. Bula.
Chair, yes.
Yeah, is in attendance, yes, apologies, yes, absent. Ms. Bula's name is not here.
No, Chair, Ms. Bula has his own special leave, just like Miss.
No. The meeting of the 15th September, where Princess Dlamini also was present.
Yeah.
Mr. Tembe of Ms. Bongani Tembe was also present. Why is Ms. Bula left out here? Was it too much to type?
No, yeah.
Let's leave it. Respond to what Mr. Botha has requested.
I'm not sure, Chair, because I thought I had responded, unless I missed the question.
Ketwa?
Thank you, Chair. Good afternoon, everyone who's here. May I start with you, Chairperson, Deputy Minister, and NAC, NEHAWU, honorable members. First and foremost, Chair, our meetings cannot be reduced to a zoo where other animals are more equal than others, or to sound like we are in a shebeen. South Africans are following these meetings with hope of hearing sound advice that will help them bring change to their lives. Deputy Chairperson of NAC, Her Royal Highness Princess Dlamini, on the 12th of September 2023, you stated that Tshepo Mashiane's case is a labor dispute matter and therefore operational. Why is it therefore a special project handled in your office as the Deputy Chairperson of NAC? How much to date has been spent on that case? What was the outcome of the internal hearing and the CCMA regarding this matter? Have you submitted the report to the portfolio committee on this matter? I'm grouping all those questions to Deputy Chairperson.
Deputy Chairperson, can you respond? I hope you have minuted all down.
Chair, if I may, right at the beginning of this meeting, we noted the apology of the Deputy Chairperson. She's not present in this meeting.
Sure. But I'm sure the Chairperson can respond to the questions because, yeah.
I don't think I can, Chair. I might have to ask the acting CEO to. I've seen things in the media about Mr. Tepo Masiane. I've heard these questions before, but I don't know the answers. Perhaps the acting CEO can address us.
Is there anyone who can address these questions?
Oh, thank you, Chair. I did take note of the honourable member's questions. May I suggest that we submit a report with all the information and figures that the honourable member has requested? We can do that through the office of the committee secretary.
That's fine. In your listing of people who are in the management of NAC, you did not list Ms. Kelebogile Ngoko, who has been on suspension for the longest time with a salary from NAC. And you did not list her as a manager, as part of management. Is that a sign of having prejudged the process, the hearing process, the disciplinary hearing process that you are undergoing currently? Is that a sign of having prejudged that she's no longer an employee? And then I think this is it's almost the similar situation. How do you put people on special leave? If you can just note the questions. How do you put people on special leave end of September, but only send communication to staff members today when you're coming to the portfolio committee? Whilst on suspension, the third question is that whilst on suspension, the two members that you've named to be on suspension, whilst on suspension, do they still have tools of trade? Are they still in the system, part of the system, in the system of NAC? Can you give me the responses to that?
NAC?
Thank you, Chair. I'll address the second and the third question. I'll have to ask, I don't know who compiled the report that Honourable Mtet was referring to, but I'll ask the acting CEO to direct us who can answer the question on the organogram. Regarding the special leave, the decision of the council, the resolution of the council to grant special leave to Ms. Depofa Masbula was conditional upon it starting when the investigation commences. They weren't placed on precautionary suspension or on special leave at that point in time. They were to continue in their roles until the start of the investigation. That was the resolution of the council. So I think that answers the question. Their special leave commenced yesterday, the moment the investigators were formally appointed. Until yesterday, they continued in their job as per the ordinary course, in line with the council's resolution regarding that matter.
Chairperson, what would be the reason of putting one on suspension? Logically, what would be the reason of putting one on suspension? In your own understanding, as a legal person.
Me?
Yes.
So Honourable Mtetwa, the purpose that we discussed at council for putting them on suspension, or not on suspension, but on special leave, to granting them special leave, is to ensure that they're not in the office during the investigation. So when the investigators are on site and engaging with staff and engaging with whatever they are going to engage with, the employees are not present and they're not seen to be or able to interfere with the investigation.
So in other words, you didn't see any need to immediately put them on that special leave so that they don't, when they get to know that they will be put on leave as soon as the investigation begins, they might not interfere with the issues that they were charged with or that they were suspected to have committed. You gave them enough time to stay in their positions without thinking that they might interfere with the process or clean up their tracks before the investigation begins. Or this special leave was a secret one, was kept a secret against them.
No, thank you, Honourable Tetwa. The council, again, it's not my decision, it's the council's decision. The council engaged with this debate and felt that there was no risk that you've raised now that the employees in question would be engaged or destroying evidence. Their disciplinary records are good. So council felt that there's no risk and no need to place them on precautionary suspension. The special leave is literally for the period that the investigation takes place. So I don't know if that answers your question, but that was what was resolved by council.
Honorable Tetwa, I'm so sorry to do this to you. I want to piggyback on a follow-up question what you are asking. There was a report from the public protector in August, the 6th of August. There are serious allegations with serious monies involved. This includes first, second, third, and fourth waiver allocations of the Presidential Employment Stimulus Fund, something like that. As they seen this document, and in this document of Honorable Tetwa of the Public Protector, they also requested a response. So there were no response. If you look at the minister's letter, have they seen the content of the Public Protector? Like I've said, serious allegations in that report.
Yes, Chair. The allegations, the original allegations, which are also being, so the Public Protector hasn't released a report. The Public Protector initiated an investigation and notified council of the allegations. Council sent these allegations to the people involved. Again, as I said, we uphold the rule of law and the Orde Altrum Partem. We asked them for a response. That response was then collated at council and then sent to the minister with all the issues, all the responses. And there were 5 items that the minister identified from that response that the minister said requires further investigation. And it is in response to that letter that we then commenced the process of appointing an investigator, and council resolved at that very same meeting that these employees would continue in their positions until the start of the investigation.
Thank you, Honorable Tetwa. I just wanted to bring that in to share some light for the benefit of everyone. Thank you.
Yeah, no, you are right to do so, because I was going to say it is quite unbelievable that a person with the legal background would say that these members are highly disciplined. Yet it took the minister to write a letter for their suspension or their special leave. It took the Public Protector to write a report about them, but yet he regards, or the council regards them as highly disciplined. It's very questionable. Okay, can somebody respond to Ms. Kilebuchilengo's question that I raised? And whether these 2 members who are on special leave have the tools of trade, and are they still in the system as we speak?
Acting CEO, if you can address us on those items, please.
Yeah, thank you. On the first issue of Ms. Kilebuchile Dingoko, not being on the management structure, that is, and whether her case is now prejudged because she's not on the structure. That is an oversight. I think the case is still ongoing, and she is being paid every month, like everyone who's in the office. So I want to apologize on behalf of management that when we compiled the structure, we inadvertently omitted Ms. Dingoko's name in terms of the management staff. that is an oversight on our part, which we take responsibility for. On the second issue regarding the tools of trade in respect of the employees who are on special leave, though they were notified yesterday that they have been granted special leave, and that today the driver will be collecting their tools of trade, so they will be without the tools of trade during the course of the independent review. Thank you, Chair.
Are they still on the system?
They are still employees, if that's what you mean.
Okay. All right. Your background at NAC, you were the company secretary. If my memory serves me well, you were the company secretary and now acting as a CEO.
Correct.
Okay. So it was just a pure error, mistake from your side not to list Dilebogile Ngoko as part of the management. That's what you're saying.
Indeed.
I would be worried to have somebody who's acting as a CEO coming from the company secretary position, somebody who's supposed to pay much detail on issues, especially on governance issues and everything that has to do with the structure, to make such an error. But I will take your apology, but I take it with much reservation.
Sure.
Let me make the statement. And you will understand why I'm making the statement. Apart from us following, we follow the money, I think we must also add I'm not a number. You see, every institution that comes here to come and please us with numbers. It looks good in the paper, but the actual impact on the ground is not reflective of this paper that looks so beautifully done. I'm not a number. When you look at the mandate of the NAC, I've got a lot of questions, but I've realized that there's nothing unknown to ask from NAC, as its issues are openly in the public domain. So I pray that my submission, I wish I could do a submission that will prompt the Minister, DSEC, NAC to acknowledge the lack and appreciate the start afresh that it should be given. They would remember that I requested a meeting with them because we want to help, we want to improve. We are not here to bash people, but we want to see improvement. And it doesn't help us to come here and present what looks good. You're telling us that you created jobs. I can tell you that technically, when you say you created a number of these jobs, for instance, when you talk of jobs in Gauteng, and as compared to Limpopo and wherever, Gauteng is a melting pot of that sector. There are people who are coming from the very same provinces that you are not counting to have been given jobs. That's why you've got a large number based on the approvals in Gauteng. Because there are people who are coming from these provinces who have actually benefited, but they are regarded as people from Gauteng when they are not, the migration of workers, which is one thing that you need to deal with in terms of why do we have the provincial departments in all provinces, Department of Arts and Culture in all provinces, to retain the people in their own provinces so that they are not urged to migrate from their provinces, places of comfort, and come to Joburg to be to be seekers of this dream that you're supposed to create against your mandate. The mandate that you have, it says you are going to encourage opportunities for persons to practice arts. Understanding and enjoyment of arts, general application of arts in the community, foster expression, give historically disadvantaged. Who are these historically disadvantaged? What's the policy around that? So instead of me continuing with my questions, because I feel that I'm defeated, who's this employee that is suspended with paying someone without employment contract? No one is stating these issues, you know. This chairperson does not a question that has been answered here to our appreciation or to the nation's appreciation. But instead, NAC is acting as mashonisa. Let me tell you what NAC does. Is acting as mashonisa and banks who are in business of creating dependency, especially from those defined as from previously disadvantaged backgrounds. This leads to most recipients being blacklisted. Check, if you want to see this, check with the credit bureau, who are the most blacklisted people, which raises most blacklisted against to even lose the ability to have financial, to participate in the financial industry. So NAC has joined that because what it does, it lacks its understanding of who it is serving. When you open these open calls, because of these delays and infiltration and interference, political interferences, you end up losing your dates. When you look at the application that is required by, the information that is required by NAC to fill up in those applications, one of the critical part of that application information is the rollout plan of these projects. And people put dates, attach dates to those rollout plans. When you postpone the announcement, when you delay to disperse the funds.
Yeah, disperse, yeah.
Disperse the funds. You have disrupted the program. You have made people to get into debts because there are deposits that are paid. If I'm doing an event, I have to book artists. I pay deposit to secure artists for those dates. I pay deposit to secure venues for those dates. I pay deposit for service providers. But no, because NAC has got people who are not from the sector, who don't understand what the sector does, who are just there because of their skills. In fact, I can tell you from this point that NAC lacks skills. You employ people who are junior, who are not skilled, so that you play them like you do. Where in the world you would find an employer these days who shouts at employees? What NEHAWU is telling us today, it's a disgrace from a department that is linked to a national department that is linked to government, to be having such tendencies at work, because you are run there. You run that institution as if it's for a particular clique. It's for a particular clique. There are people who are running that institution, not the board that is sitting there as that. So I will want chairperson of NAC. I would want you to facilitate a consultation. I will do it for free, to come and show you where the problems are. Not these numbers that we are given. We are not a number. Our people out there are not numbers. They are in debt today because of NAC, the promises that have never been fulfilled. Yes, now you are saying you are in good relations with the industry. Not long ago, there was a sit-in at NAC. You are not addressing those issues. When there was a sit-in previously of 60 days at NAC, please don't come here and just talk as if we are children here. We don't do our researches. I think, Moletsane, you are constantly raising this issue. I taught you very well that when people come before us, Chair, they're under oath. Thanks, Chair.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Teto. I gave you more time, even if you wanted to kick me out of this meeting, because you are very passionate. You are very passionate on this issue.
Now I'm going to NEHAWU. The unresolved staff bonuses of 2019 to 2021. The previous council claimed that bonuses were not deserved due to negative media coverage. What is the way forward on this matter?
Are they going to get paid or not?
Thank you, Honourable Mkhata. Through you, Chair. Council's resolution is not to pay those bonuses. The council that made those decisions had information before them, which we do not. And for us to overturn a previous council's resolution arbitrarily or without cause is not good governance. So, yeah, unfortunately, this council also did not approve the appeal in that process. Obviously, NEHAWU and the workers have their rights, and they can enforce those rights. But as far as council goes, our hands are tied. This is what the council has decided. We will have to engage with NEHAWU through the regular processes if they do decide to take it that route. Thank you. Okay. Thank you.
But this unfair treatment. Then my last question will speak about the governance conflict of interest and concerns. Just what to check the principles of transparency, fairness, accountability. What is your plan on this matter? And then how? Under the governance conflict of interest and their concern.
Thank you, Honourable Mokgato. I think it's important for NEHAWU to report back to the staff that the investigation into the persons that they're complaining about has commenced, and they will be given a voice and they will be given an opportunity to engage with those investigators. Council cannot react more than that. We receive the complaints, we begin an investigation, and we wait for the report. Once the report comes through, we will deal with it on its merits. But I think it's important to understand that the staff now have the platform that they were asking for. I hope that answers the question, Honourable Mokgato.
Thank you. Please, now take note of that.
That was my last question, Chairperson.
Thank you so much. I'm going to give an opportunity now to Honourable Mataung. Then I see another hand, Honourable Kobani, and then Honourable Mtetwa.
Thank you so much, Chair. Greetings, everyone. Without waste of time, Chair, I think my first question will be based on, I just want to ask the Minister to say, how does he feel at the present moment whereby he took out the letter, and when he took out the letter, those people that were supposed to be suspended or were served with the letter, they continued to work till to date, which is we just find it out that some only left yesterday. So how does the Minister feels about it? To say when you serve and suddenly people don't take you serious as a minister, how do you feel about that from this meeting? That will be my first question.
Minister, very important question.
Thank you, Chair. Honourable, you know, when we hire people or when we appoint people, we appoint them based on their expertise and what they know. And usually we hire people that knows things that we don't know. When we appointed the board, I appointed the board based on their expertise. If I wanted all the instructions to go my way, I would not have needed a board. I would have just run roughshod. But because I will tell them my feelings and say, this is how I see it playing out, and I will give it to them. And it's not always, it's not the first time, it's not the last time where I would want a certain outcome, and I got the opposite outcome. But I trust the people that's there. In a case where I realize that but their decision is wrong, mine is right, it is only then the portfolio committee will get a letter from me that says I am dissolving this board. But I think a leader must also be teachable. I think if you lead an institution, you should have capacity to be proven wrong or to be told we will have the desired outcome, but your route you are proposing, we want to go on the highway. You want us to go on the side streets. So I didn't take any offense to it. I am not a man with a big ego, so I will see. But if it doesn't work out, if there's problems, the board will be yesterday's board. Then I will take action. Thank you very much, Honorable.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Minister, for your answer and the honesty. Yes, we do need people with expertise in the art field, Minister. We really.
Thank you, Chair. I just want to find out quickly something about what was said in this meeting. I want to find out what form of communication did you use to convey the message to the special leavers, or the instruction you sent to the driver to collect tools of trade? And if possible, can they share if it is an email or communication to the driver to collect whatever form of communication that they issued to the driver to collect the tools of trade? Can they share that with us?
Please be careful how you're going to respond to that question, because I know Honorable Mtetwa. He wants to assess whether the driver has been sent or not. Mr. Masale, please be careful for that question.
Okay, I'm going to ask Mr. Mashale to answer that question. I don't know. I didn't issue any instructions.
Mr. Mashale?
Yeah, thank you, Chair. Yes, the letter to grant the two employees special leave does have a clause, a paragraph that indicates that they are required to surrender their laptops, cell phones, and then we were supposed to make arrangements to go and collect them. So I'm just going to check with the HR person, because she is the one that deals with the collection of the tools of trade. But then I'll confirm whether they have been collected. So that's
Mr. Mashale.
Yes.
Remember you said that the bucky is gone already to fetch.
That was the arrangement. But I've been sitting in this meeting, so I wasn't able to check with the HR person.
Okay, while we're on that point,
yes.
While we're on that point, you see, sometimes if you go the wrong direction, or let me put it, if you try to be economical with the truth, you must go and you must go and you must go. I'm going to take you to another issue. I read your minutes of the meeting. You had a meeting on 15 September. On 15 September, this NAC decided 7 days for the appointment of a service provider, right? And after that, they said we're going to give 14 days for the review to finalize. 14 days, that gives you 23 October, 23 September, whenever. Then they said they add 7 days to finalize the report. Brings you up to 15 October. 15 days to finalize the report. Now, it's either the service provider has violated the terms of the contract. And I am so tempted to ask evidence of the appointment of the service provider. Now, I'm going to read to you a very interesting point. That Ms. Julie De Fofa and Ms. Rasham Bula be granted special leave for the duration of the review. The review was 14 days. The review was 15 plus 7. The review was almost there. 20. Let me see, on the 8th of October. And this decision said that those two individuals be granted special leave for the duration of the review. Now, the review in terms of the letter and in terms of what you guys are saying, and that's why I say a lot of people, if they come to Parliament, they think members are not reading. They know those that we can run with their heads, and Honorable Mpetwa and Honorable Molatsani and a number of others have made serious allegations about time frames, about how entities are being run. So I don't know whether we must ask proof of all these processes after 15 September. After 15 September, they said 7 days appoint, 14 days to review, 7 days to finalize, and then also they said for the time of the review, that is within October, these two individuals must go arrest. So, yeah, money is, talk is cheap, money is, I don't know. And I've now, you see, I've now ignited Honorable Molatsana. I'm going to give her an opportunity. And I think there is 3 individuals, 4 on this platform. Honorable Mtekwa, Honorable Kobani, and Ajabulile, and Lindy, who's the most happiest because we spent enough time on arts. Because a lot of people said it must be arts, sports, and culture, and not sports, arts, and culture. So we are spending, because we're spending a lot of money here. Honorable Molatsane, please go low.
Chair, there's one thing that I had not asked.
I'm coming back to you, Honorable Molatsane.
Okay.
Chairperson,
please unmute.
Chairperson, thank you very much. Remember, I've just asked about the issue of 14 million that was spent on the legal matters. I think we can check. We've received the document now regarding those legal matters. I'm interested in one case that has cost the department 4.7 million. One case that has cost department 4.4 million. The case of PSP and normal project legal cases and Sarah and Nyatela recession. Can the department at least explain to us what was happening in that case for it to cost the department 4.7 million? And I think the other cases that I'm interested with, it's regarding this one of Ningiza Homa attorneys, legal representation for disciplinary hearing of HR manager as well as CEO Mbinan Tembu. Can the acting CEO take us through those cases, what was happening there? Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Molatsane, acting CEO.
Thank you, Chair. I'll start with the first one, the one Nyatela and Sarah rescission of a court judgment. This case stretches back from, I think, 2018, where Mr. Nyatela had made some defamatory statements about the NAC, and the NAC took him to court, and the NEC was granted a judgment against him, which judgment he has appealed, and he lost. So we've been going back and forth, him going to court again to seek the rescission of the judgment that was made, that he must cease making defamatory statements about NEC and its officials. So that case is still going on, but what I need to tell the committee is that in all the instances where we've been where he has lost, we've been awarded costs. So our lawyers are now in the process of collecting those costs that have been awarded in our case, which will assist in defraying some of the costs that we've incurred in defending all the actions against Mr. Nyatela. That's the one. The second one is the Ningiza honor matter. I think the Ningiza are helping us with two matters. One is they are acting as the initiator in the disciplinary case involving the suspended HR manager. And also there is another case that they are assisting with, is that is the case that that Mr. Nyatela and Sarah brought to court against the previous council, where they alleged that the provincial committee members, provincial representatives, were not appointed according to what the Act says. So we were cited as one of the parties to that court application. So we had to engage senior counsel to help us prepare the necessary court papers to show that what Mr. Nyatela is alleging is untrue. So that's where Ningiza comes in, Chair.
Thank you so much. I'm now going to give Honorable Mteto opportunity. I'll come back to you, Honorable Molotani.
Can I just make a one follow-up, then I'll be fine?
Okay.
I just want to check, Chairperson. I mean, this is a lot of money for one case. 4.4 million. 4.4 million. It's a lot of money for one case. And if NEHAWU didn't come here and present to the portfolio committee that NAC has spent 14 million on the legal cases, when they were going to tell us as the portfolio committee, when they were going to tell us as the portfolio committee that they are spending this lot of money for the cases, and there is this one case, it doesn't have any service provider, service provided for who, but on the matter, it just said T Mashiane, and it has already cost the department, the NAC 1.5 million. Doesn't have any information, T Mashiane 1.5 million. Thank you very much, Chairperson.
I share your concern, Honourable Member. I think in future, and even with other entities, if they made these court cases and amounts available, they must give a small disclaimer on what the reasons for that was. The Honourable Mteto is the very last speaker. Before I'm going to close and ask the Minister also to say something.
Thank you, Chair. I just want firstly to put it to NAC that the driver has not been informed of the process to go and collect, which means that the two employees that are said to be on special leave, they still have the tools of trade, and they can, one day is enough to interfere with so much evidence. So that's what I wanted to say, that it is not true. What they told us, it's not true. I want to put it to NAC that this is what happens at NAC in terms of the applications. It did indicate that NAC uses cheap labor of inexperienced staff. At some point, I got a response that says that, Eugene, your application has been rejected on the basis that you are politically connected. That was in writing, black and white. And I knew that it was not the junior staff who wrote that letter who was wrong. She had certain council members or the panel members talking, gossiping that, that one is politically connected. And she took it literally so to even put it in writing that the situation, which did not relate to it. And the reason being that because NAC gets so much applications and the limited time to process those applications, very few applications get scrutinized properly and approved on the quality of work they intend to produce. Still, it is the modus operandi that is of picking and choosing which project should be funded without going through scrutinizing that, Minister. Probably the most chosen applications are those prioritized because of the proximity of applicants to panel members or board members, or because of political interference or proximity to the powers that be. Pure corruption also can come in, where people say, if you approve my project, I will give you something from the budget.
Please,
And these are
honorable members.
this board must deal with this. These are the real issues that the board must deal with. I just wanted to make that. That's why I'm saying I'm offering myself to come and meet with the board, just to give them my experience, because I use my own personal experience to then put facts, because I have facts on those ones. Thanks, Chair.
Honorable members, bear in mind, we are scheduled up until 3 o'clock. Honorable Molatsani, Honorable Matahung, I still have to close and the minister still have to greet.
Chairperson, now so that I'm just waiting for the answers. Thank you, Chairperson.
I think they have responded, Honorable Molatsani, and I've also requested that some of them they must do in writing, unless there's a specific answer that you would like to have. Zoom into it. Honorable Molatsani.
You know, Chairperson, the department, at least today, the minister is here. He will hear our frustrations with the department. The department, they will say that they will respond in writing, and that respond in writing, Chairperson. You know, when you expect respond in writing, you expect the person to elaborate, to give more details, to be clearer. Clarity must be at a high point. But when we got the response, you'll get the response like in one sentence, the same way that we're going to get the response verbally. So it's very frustrating for us, Chairperson, even if we say that they will respond in writing. Unfortunately, for the time we've been in this portfolio, we are struggling to get written answers. We are struggling to get answers. Department entities, we are struggling, Chairperson. So even if you say that they will respond in writing, Chair, I don't have...
Honorable Molatsani, let me just also say this. While the Minister and the Director, Dr. Kumalo, and the Deputy Minister is in this meeting, the professional staff members, they are struggling to get simple stuff out of who's going to attend, which members or board or whatever the case may be. It is emails to and fro, and I really want us to look into that to professionalize the institution, and so that we show that necessary respect pertaining to that. That brings us to the end, but I would like to have a few closing remarks, and I'm going to give after myself the minister opportunity. I'm doing it the other way around today because I want to speak on behalf of the committee, because most of the time we don't have an opportunity to engage in this fashion. This is one of the only ones that we have such an extensive meetings on very important issues. And I am strongly of the opinion that there are some entities and federations that we really don't want to see anymore, because they have appeared quite a number of time before us. But that also stems from the necessity and the fact that it is of natural interest that we summons those entities to Parliament. But be as it may, Minister Dr. Kumalo, I want to give a very crisp overview on NAC. And I want to bear in mind, not that I want to take anyone's side or criticize anyone. And I'm going to have a few jabs, but please take it in a very good spirit. My observation, when I went through all of these documents, I had very little sleep. it is infested with fraud activities. Infested with, I mean, since whatever days back and whatever parliament back. And I am actually sorry that Mr. Fofa is not in, because when I see all of these things, I would have asked some of these things directly to her. Because what are we seeing here over the time? We see people that has been deputy chairs. We see people that has been interim CEOs, interim CFOs. We see interim ADMs, art development manager. Those individuals, Minister, has been directed taking into the immediate managerial position of the organizations and become deputy chairs. Some of them become arts developers. Some of them, you name it, project managers. And I can mention, and I can go on and on. And if you look at that and you listen to the commissions that we currently have, so much millions are being paid. You have this one, second and third wave payments funding that has been made. 1,281 beneficiaries, 18 million. 46 beneficiaries at some stage receive 3 million rand. And then also, and along with that, was monies paid from DSEC, and also some monies at some stage we've paid where we had these 46 beneficiaries. We had 1 million rand that has been paid for admin. 1 million rand that has been paid. Also of note is irregular appointments. We have companies that has been funded twice. We have people within the organization that has been linked to these companies. We have members did not even touch the Youth Hard Work Organization, or rather the PEP project, the Presidential Employment Stimulus Program. We haven't even went there and touched there, and we have some of those representatives also present here today. So even there is an investigation of a 2 million rand, where you have all of these tentacles of individuals all over the show. We also have, these twice payments. We have investigations on appointments. But here is some of the direct questions that I really want to have asked. And maybe if Mr. Botha, you as the chairperson can work on this and give us surety, give the department surety, give the parliament surety as to, how you do your audits once you disburse funds. I am curious, because if you see what happened, that warrants the question, how do you audit the funds you disbursed? You cannot audit funds that is disbursed properly if you have all of these, and pardon me, nonsense within the entity. Has there been systems in place? We should go back. I think the Honorable Malatsana said we bought it and we got it foot stewards. Has there been systems in place? For how long have these disbursements actually, been given? How long did we started this? And if there were no audit systems in place, we would really like, as a strategy, turnaround strategy, that NAC will come back and to say, listen, here's our turnaround strategy. You listen to Honorable Matahung, you listen to Honorable Obani, their plight in the communities that they are representing, what they would really love to see in those communities. So I think also what I am very curious is to whether there's an internal audit system. We met several times with the Auditor General. We've seen several times the Auditor General, and most of these entities talked about internal audit systems. These internal audit systems, it falls apart. But that's it, honorable members. I am going to just close the meeting, but I would like the Minister to touch on a few issues, what his observation is, what his promises are as the accounting authority. Minister. Please unmute, Minister.
Okay.
Yes, we hear you now, Minister.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Check, let me just do this. And just repeat the question, please. I just want to make sure I heard correctly.
I've just closed. I think the department and as well as the NAC will share that with you. I just had a broad brush discussion on the observation of what is transpired with.
No, that I've heard. I thought there was a question by that.
Oh no, there was no question.
No, I just want to say two points quickly, with your permission, Chair. I just wanted to say that I agree with Honorable, miracles do happen. I agree with Honorable NEHAWU that we should not reward people that strike, and when we don't reward people that are waiting for the processes to unfold timelessly. We are setting a bad precedent where the only way people will get answers from us is when they have sit-ins. That is not something, and there's just no way. So I agree with Honorable NEHAWU. That's number one. Number two, on a lighter note, we can't just have colors in the ministry. I've now learned today we have two colors there. We also need an African there in the ministry. We can't just have colors in the ministry. A minister is a color, the deputy minister. So on a lighter note, I just want to say we must also give other races a chance in the ministry. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Minister. Do I see another hand or is it a legacy hand?
Before Minister leave, if you allow me, Chair.
Protocol must
so for the Minister is done.
I was Googling something, Chairperson, and I just want to check with the Minister. The last time he said that we mustn't believe what we read in the newspaper, which is true. I don't want to believe this, but I think I will believe it after the department and the minister have responded to it.
Okay. Thank you so much. Honorable members, that brings us to the end of this.
Listen, I haven't done. I was just waiting for you to say, can I raise it or not?
Is it to do with NAC?
Yes, Chairperson.
Oh, it's not to do with VAR.
No, it's NAC, Chairperson.
Okay, please raise it, Honorable Member.
Check with the department as well, with the board as well as the minister that Charles Mabaso have Charles Mabaso being appointed somewhere as adjudicator, has been appointed as adjudicator in the multi-panel disciplinary chair. I just want to check that.
Any response?
Chair, I don't know who he is.
So then the answer
is the former employee of the department who has retired, and I'm told that he is also has gone blind. He doesn't see.
Maybe I just will check. Let me not say that. I can get back to Honorable Muletsani. Let me just check. Maybe I've met him or whatever, but I wouldn't know who that person is.
And apart from that, also, I am not sure whether it's true. I'm opening this link. Apparently, he has, the former chief director of the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture has re-emerged as one of the adjudicators, the multidisciplinary advisory panel at the National Arts Council.
Maybe I think the arts people should answer that, Honorable Muletsani. I don't know about that.
Okay, Minister.
Who you want to respond to that?
Chair, I think perhaps the acting CEO, or if the acting CEO doesn't know Ms. Lesala, I don't know the names of all the advisory panelists.
Oh, before they can even answer, Chair, can I just continue? So who've gained public attention in 2019 after being implicated in a 100 million funding controversy during his tenure as department has been appointed for 3 years term starting in fact, the senior department has appointed for 3 years term starting in 2025. That's all I want to check, Chair.
Acting CEO,
Can I ask Ms. Lesala to respond to this, please?
Okay, if Ms. Lesala has that information at her
Yeah,
fingertips.
thank you very much, Chair. Thank you very much to the Honourable and the Chair to answer this. It's correct. Mr. Charles Mabaso is serving as a panel member under the discipline of multidiscipline. Thank you.
I am so happy that you raised that issue, but I just want to say the following, and excuse my ignorance. There's a public amendment bill, I think this week or next week, that seeks to address exactly what you are saying, and also to address this loophole where people resign, and even on the issue of companies, it is, and I must state it, it is extremely unethical, extremely unethical. I mean, even a court of law has perhaps fined this individual or a individual not guilty. I think the individual has sit and guarded and as an adjudicator over funds. And I almost wanted to say a day after that, back into the system. But I'm not sure whether it's already or it is this week, but I know there's a public amendment bill that I followed that will address exactly. And while we are on this issue, as a portfolio of sports, and we have NAC, and we have where these adjudicators are actually roaming a lot, and we have DSEC and the ministry. We should follow on this and be aware of the bill and what has transpired. Honourable members, with that said, the inputs, I am very happy, and I know that there are people in this portfolio committee, including staff individuals, that would give the committee 110 out of 100 for doing justice to the arts and the culture side of this particular arena. With that said, honourable members, I now declare this meeting adjourned.
Life of an artist, bad shot spices, glorifying drugs as a stage fright cure. You can try this just when you're about to grab your chance of staging. Excitement, you can't think out this industry, or should I say this killer dream, cause you will swear that from the start it was designed to kill artists. Bangakulwela when days are bright, ungutembekile. As a human being on Instagram, too much pressure, unrealistic expectations. Whoever said that she's the perfect is with us, utembekile. Singiza utembekile. Remedies within us as ikhwemba sipepekile.